So now we're going to get started with the meal planner. So we're going to go ahead and create the app. So Python manage.py start app, and we'll call this meal planner. So we'll then go ahead and create our urls.py file. We'll create our templates folder. Within that, we'll create our meal planner folder, and we will create all of the templates that we're going to use. So the first one is going to be create meal. And the next one is going to be our actual meal planner page. So we'll call this mealplanner.html. So we'll go ahead and create our model now. So we're going to need to import the user because we need to be able to filter by our own meals. Okay, we are also going to need our recipes. So from our recipes.model, we'll import our recipe model. Now we will create our model. So we will call this meal, and that's inherent from models.model. Okay, so the first field we're going to want is the user. So as normal, we'll add a foreign key to our user model. We'll give it a related name of meal owner. And we will add the onDelete as models.cascade. So the next field then we're going to need is the recipe. So we will create that as a foreign key again. That's going to be to our recipe model. We'll give it a related name of user meal. And again, on delete cascade, so that if the user is deleted or the meal is deleted, that this record gets deleted with it. So the next thing we're going to need is the meal type, because we want to be able to save a record for breakfast, lunch and dinner. Okay, so we'll have our field name as meal type. This is just going to be a character field, and it will have a max length of 50. Oops, sorry, that's models. So the last field that we're going to need then is the meal date, because we want to be able to see each of our meals via their date. So we'll have a date field. So for the previous date fields, we auto added it, but for this one we don't want to, because for each day that we're selecting, we're going to have to pass that date back in order to be able to see them in the correct order and on the correct dates. So lastly, we need to define our string method. So for this one, I'm going to return an F string. So we will have the self.user.username, okay, and then we will say comma s, so we'll have, say for example, Daisy M's self.recipe.mealtype, and lastly meal for self.meal date. So this would look something like Daisy M's breakfast meal for 4th of January.